So part 3 of my best 3 Engwe bikes of 2025, and it's the L20 3.0 Pro. And up until the other two got a 9.8 out of 10, to me this was Engwe's best bike. Thing is it still Engwe's best bike? Because I need to have another feel of it again. See if I still feel the same way about it. It is rapid. The thing that it does well is the way it gets off at the start, the pace of it. It's just ridiculous. That 100 Newton meters on this bike, which is probably the lightest of the three. It feels the lightest, it feels the most nimble. It's just got those 20x3 tyres on. You're probably picking up some wind noise, I won't be surprised, because today, well, it's currently about 1 degree, but with me riding around on the bike it's going to feel like somewhat ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculously cold today. It's a bit nippy. It's a nice evening for it nonetheless. One of the things I like about this bike is there's very little rolling resistance on those 3.2s. These feel really good. No resistance. I just like riding this bike around. It's just a different thing altogether. Sometimes I ride around on a bike and it feels like you're constantly fighting the wheels and the tyres, but with this, not so much. It just feels a little bit more tuned to proper cycling, and because it's a mid-drive with a torque sensor, it just feels right. It really does. It's always felt a bit right. Well, a lot right. It's just a nice thing to be on, really. Right. One of the downsides of this bike is it just definitely can't be unlocked. Not in a normal sense. You could move the magnets around if you wanted. You get a bit more speed, but it's not going to be much. And then you're going to lose any use out of that beautiful screen. The only thing that's going to tell you it's true is the battery life. So, which brings me on to another thing. Battery on this is brilliant. Really good cells, really good range. You know, I don't know how much range people want from an e-bike, but if you're a big rider than me, you want more than this. You know, if you want to go sort of 50, 60 miles, this ain't going to do it. If you want to go 30, 40, 50 miles, depending on what pass you've got it in, this will do the job. This will really do the job well. Yeah. So what we're looking at here, to me, I called it the king of the e-bikes. Definitely the king when it comes to Engwe e-bikes. So I'm going to ride it round for a bit. You know, after riding the new EP2 Boost 3.0 and then the Engine Pro 3.0 Boost, and see if I still feel the same way. But you know, if you're in the right gear, it doesn't take long to get up to 25 kilometers an hour, and it takes bugger all to stay there. One of the little downsides is you can feel it restricting you. You can definitely feel there's a bit of restriction there. But apart from that, it works fine. Yeah, by restriction, I mean it sort of pulls you back to the speed limit a little bit. You hit a wall. It's not as noticeable as in other bikes, but there's still that feeling. You get it in all of them really. and it's just something I wish they could do away with, but it is what it is. Don't mind this camera, none of the footage from this will be in the video, I'm just testing it out. It's the new Osmo Action 6, so I want to see what it's like in lower light. It's the only reason it's here. So I don't know if I was doing the partial hill test when I originally reviewed this bike. So we're going to give that a go. Just to see how it bears upon that. So here we are, we're coming up to the green bin. Well, we'll stop the bike dead, and right, see how we get on. I'm in 5th gear. I am now. Yeah, I've gone back into 5th. I found it a little bit too easy to begin with, but it's fine. As you can tell, well, consistently mention it, but I'm lazy, so I don't like putting a lot of effort in. I'll put it in when I feel like I'm in the mood for it, but you know, I don't really feel in the mood for it today. So we can do a bit of traffic grabbing. I can go up here because I'm going to accept buses and cycles, so let's go up here. Bit of a different route today. It just works so well, it just all goes together well. Yeah, feels just the way I remember it. I was going to go there, but looks like I can't. I'm turning left for you. It just feels nice to ride. It really does feel nice to ride. Comfortable. You know, it's the only bike I believe Engwe does with adjustable front suspension. I'd like to see this on more bikes. The lock on and off has got better. I think they've changed the springs, but yeah. All the action happens in there. That's the mid-drive. It's a really clean looking bike. Just reminds me of the somewhat Tron about it. You know? If you've seen the movie Tron, you can imagine this is what the kids ride around on. It's just a cool bit of kit. And oddly, that front basket turned up this morning, which I believe is off the original L20, and it fits. I know they sell one for this. I don't know if they sent me this by accident or to show it. Well, I haven't been able to get in touch with anybody anyway. They're 8 hours ahead of us, and filming today. And filming today was like a necessity, really. It's the last of the good weather we've got. So yeah. It's a good looking thing. And those lights are really bright. Really bright. This is me pointing them out in the last video. But yeah. Those BMX bars also make a difference. They make a difference to geometry of the bike, which is a video I'm going to do soon anyway about e-bike geometry. But look, it's my favourite screen. Yeah, all in all, a really cool looking e-bike. As far as I'm concerned, this might save you from watching the rest of the video, but you should. It's still the king of the e-bikes. It's still my favourite. It's still the best thing Engwe makes because it's so different to everything else out there on the market. A folding mid-drive. Let that sink in. 100 Newton meters of torque. Let that sink in a bit as well. In the design, it's just won a French Design Award. Just another look at that basket before we go. Prove it fits. That might be even a new basket design, but looks like the L20 one to me. So we're gonna been riding around for a bit now. We're doing, and it's definitely turned cold. But I've had to take my gloves off because I need to access the camera button, and I can't quite feel it in with the gloves on. I may put them on a bit later on when I can no longer feel my fingers, but for this bit. If you're wondering why my phone's bobbling around, it's because the phone holder has suspension, not just the bike. I'm just trying that out again. I used it in the summer for a bit and trying to work out if I prefer that or this big thing here that somebody sent me. to be honest, it doesn't really matter, does it? You know, a phone holder's a phone holder. I just try out these different things occasionally. So we're heading back out. I've done a loop. And we're heading up back into town. I'm covered in lights. My helmet's got a light on. Backpack's got a light on. There's a rear light on the bike. On the headlight. This camera does a really good job of capturing light in the dark. And the reason I've been trying out that new Osmo 6 is because no matter what I do with that Ace Pro 2, I get bloom at night, especially when there's moisture about in the atmosphere, which is really bloody annoying. I'm coming over here. So the reason I'm doing this night ride is because, I mean, this is rush hour traffic, and I want you to know, you know, some of you are going to be using these to get to work and back. I want you to know what it's like in traffic, because it is nippy. It just takes off. Everybody's at it. They're all trying to. It's a problem with rush hour. So I'm half tempted to dodge in this other lane, but in fact I'm going to dodge in this other lane. Oh, frying pan fire. However, I can get through some of this because I'm on a push bike. So a bit of a nip through, some ducking and diving. I'm going to get this through this bit, but I've nibbled a bit out of the traffic. You know, some of these tin cans are going to be stuck here for ages trying to get through evening traffic. Plus they've got the lights thing on, Wakefield lights up or whatever it is, on in the centre of town. And that starts at 5 o'clock, so everybody's going to be trying to get through that. Yeah, so we've chopped through a bit here as well. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up one of the back roads and head into town that way. Otherwise we're going to be stuck here in traffic for 30 minutes or an hour, which we don't really need to be. This road's been in the news this week for how bad it is. I don't know if I can pick it up on the camera, but pretty shocking. Yeah, it's my right away, dickhead. As is kind of this. Let's get up here. This should cut us off. Well, it should get us a bit more nearer the centre of town. So I know the car behind this van in front of me can see me. So if he tries cutting me up, I'm not going to be too happy. It should turn green after this one. Yeah, here we go. There we go. I've shaved 10 minutes off our journey into town. My fingers are black tomorrow. because of the cold. But yeah, that's how you can nip through traffic on an e-bike at night. And because this one's particularly nimble, and I mean nimble. Oh, apparently the light's going at 6, so I'm a bit early. I might be putting my gloves back on. In fact, they've turned all the lights off. It's pitch black in the centre of town. It's a bit stupid. Let's follow this one down. So yeah, around town, this is probably the nippier of the bikes because it gets up to speed quicker than the others. You know, that 100 Newton meters of torque is fairly obvious. I was going to do an analogy between torque and between this bike and my truck, because this has got 100 Newton meters and my truck's got 600 to 700 Newton meters, nearer 700. But per ton, this is far more torquey. And it is, you can tell the difference where it gets off the line. My truck's a bit slow getting off the line, but once it does, it's out there. I think it all starts here. A giant glowing heart down there. Let's go have a look up here. This is kind of cool. It's at the bus station. Bit of the history of the centre of Wakefield and specifically round here. You see the old trams up there, look. blueprint wise, the centre of Wakefield's never really changed. But yeah, that's pretty cool. This is why they blacked out the centre of town. So there's no street lights on, the only light you can see is over there. Got the Christmas tree lights on at last. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see I film around here quite a lot around Christmas. But yeah, there you go, Wakefield's very own video library. Just going to show you some, so I keep saying I'm going to come in here. Is there any chance I can show people around the back?
Yeah.
So this is Wakefield's very own video library, but it's got a really nice little secret, and this gentleman's going to show me now. Thank you.
There you go, pal. No worries.
It's quiet now, but it'll be packed later. There's a little speakeasy bar at the back of here, and I love it in here. Should get in here more, but it's all 80s music and it's fabulous. So next time you come to Wakefield, nip to this little video bar because it's outstanding. Cheers, buddy. Thanks very much. Sorry about that. Oh, we've got Pac-Man on here. See you later, kid.
See you later, pal.
Tree looks nice. Yeah, that's cool. Nice sensory thing. Music's nice as well. So you'll see me filming around here over Christmas. But it's just nice, isn't it? It's just nice to have something nice. And everybody's happy. Something else that you don't see nowadays. Yeah, it's really sweet. There's some other stuff going on this weekend with other different parts of the light show. But this is the first part of it. Yeah, I like it a lot. We don't have a lot in Wakefield. Somebody pointed out a few times in some of my videos it looks like a shithole. Well, it's our shithole and we like it. It's actually quite nice, is Wakefield. It's not what you think it is at all. And it's well worth a visit if you like a night out. Wakefield's the place to come, because I assure you when I say this, it's vibrant on a night. It's one of the few towns that's still got a proper nightlife, and it always had a good nightlife. I think they're trying to preserve it. I decided to abandon my gloves. I'll be home in about 20 minutes. Just for the sake of not having to pull over, take them off, turn my camera on. So, back to the bike. It's really nippy, really is nippy. And I'm not talking about the weather, this bike's really nippy. And that's why I'm such a big fan of it. It just feels different. See if I can cut through here. And as you saw when I was going through traffic earlier, it just fits in everywhere. And if you're sort of the person that wants to do 10 miles to work and 10 miles home and save yourself a fortune, have a steer at these bikes eventually. If you're using them to commute to work and back, they pay for themselves. They really do. I mean, you're not paying for parking, you know, you're not paying for a fuel, which is ridiculously priced at the moment. These are reasonably cheap to charge. Why wouldn't you? Well, so the biggest joy to me is they can't take it off you. They just can't take it off you. Unless you're riding around like an idiot, causing harm and distress to people. It's yours. They can't take it off you. It's fully UK and EU legal. And it's comfortable. And with these BMX bars on, you've got that extra gradient of fitting the bike to you and not the other way round. I have this thing about bike geometry, which I'm going to do a video about soon. I don't know if I mentioned it, but there's nothing worse than having to make yourself fit the bike and not the other way round. It's just annoying. And this is one of the, because it's a step through, it's just one of the best bikes out there. I think I'm going to have to pull over and glove up. It's just got to the point now where my fingers are just freezing. So I'm just going to pull over here. Get these gloves on. Oh, fella. Yeah. Yeah, this bike's a mountain goat. I don't know if you've seen this video online.
This is our 28-degree incline. Very few devices make it up here. So let's see. Nice!
I posted it on one of the forums when Engwe posted it. And somebody bought one of these bikes off me a couple of months ago. And she sent the video and said, like, can it do that? And I said, have a go at a bike. Because I always insist if anybody buys a bike off me, they try it first. And she got it. And she weighs, I mean, I can't do it. I was asked if I'd do it and sort of show that I could, and show that I could get up a, firstly I haven't got an hill like that round by me. I have got some even steeper than that, and I am toying with doing a video next year of my mate who rides motorbikes and competes on motorbikes, who weighs probably the same weight as that guy in the video. I'm going to see if he can get up there. It is truly a mountain goat of a bike. You know, you don't have to put much energy into this torque sensor. You set off on most hills in 7th gear. It's that good. So yeah, this is my e-bike of 2025. It is a very close run thing with the two other bikes I gave 9.8 out of 10. But coming back out on it and riding it again just proves the point to me this is such a special bike. And I keep saying it, mid-drive, folding, torque sensor, GPS, alarm system, you know, the battery can be turned off and then locked in, so you know, if somebody comes up and has a fiddle with it, tries turning it on, it won't turn on. It's just a little tour de force. It's a really good e-bike. They better buy these BMX handlebars. It just feels more planted. As much as It's odd because when I'm not using the sit-up and beg bars that are up like that, I kind of miss them. And every time I use them after using the BMX bars, it's like, oh yeah, it's cool. But the novelty wears off, and then you want your BMX bars back. So this is my, I don't know, there's loads of reasons why this is my number one bike of 2025. Out of anything I've tested, anything that I've ridden that my mates have, this still comes tops to me. It's a great commuter bike. It's a good all-rounder. You know, I'll add my original review into the description. It'll pop up at the end of this video anyway. But watch that. Watch that. Or go find that. Just watch that. I mean, I sort of fell in love with this bike. And because of the amount of turnaround of bikes I have, I can't keep them all. I just can't. But I'm keeping this one. I forgot how good it was. So I'm keeping this one. Fold up, go in the back of my truck. You know, and I know Engwe will send me another one if I want another one, but I'm keeping this one. The only thing I'm going to swap out apart from the handlebars is I'm going to put folding pedals on. I've got no intention of ever folding this e-bike. Leave the pedals on, they're perfect. The brakes are good. You know, it's those Logan copies that I keep going on about. They're just good brakes. Don't need anything else. I'm probably going to take this into Leeds and have a ride round Leeds on it in a week or two to show off the Christmas lights. But if you're looking for an e-bike for Christmas, ask Santa for one of these. If you want a little bit more speed, buy the other two because they're unlocked. But this is just cool. It looks cool, it's nice to ride. What else do you want? Have a nice weekend, everyone.